And here we are. It's Tuesday, and it's live from the workbench.
Non-taco Tuesday for me today.
No tacos?
No.
Ew. You don't know who that is, Mr. Dad Random?
Dead random in here. Here on what I would consider to be the best day of the week, Tuesday. And good for a lot of reasons. One is the fact that we're here.
Brent, give me a call after the show, and I'll get you squared away.
And the second reason is the fact that you guys are here. So welcome.
Yeah, and we'll say hello to Yellow Rose Drones, Lee, Dustin, One Vision, Mike, Fly Zone, Brent, Eat More Possum. Howdy, fellers. Yeah, Brent, if you want, get in touch with me after the show, and I'll point you in the right direction. Also know JB has a very good video about setting up ELRS for the first time.
So check it out.
I think your problem is your radio is on firmware 3.0 or 3.x, and the receiver is probably still on the 2.x, and you don't have no binding phrase or anything set up yet. Once you got all that set up, it's easy. Not quite as easy as Crossfire, but easy enough. And, well, I guess I can make the announcement. It has motors on it, and it does hover.
That's the
forecast here. Absolutely sucks ass.
It's the stepchild. We're fighting over custody.
Who
has to have it?
We're at least a week of rain. I was going to fly on Sunday. It started raining in the morning, then it dried up, but it was windy as hell. So
we've been windy too. The weather's been changing from cold to hot. So I
got a buttload of batteries sitting right there, ready to go. They're all going to have to discharge now because I'm not going to be able to fly for
next
week.
That sucks too. I mean, that's the same thing. You get them all charged up, and then you go, oh, crap. Now I got all these bad. And you got to go through them to make sure they're all, in a storage state. And
got another little project going.
That's a nice little racing frame there. Looks real solid.
No, this is Armaton Bobcat.
Yeah, if you've ever flown in The Sims.
It's a little Explorer. This is like the competitor 4-inch frame competitor to the long range Explorer.
So you got the Brother Hobby motors on
that? No, I got Mamba motors on it.
Okay, just double checking because I'm never buying Brother Hobby motors again. And it probably wasn't even those. Yeah, it is. The loose motors, we call them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those motors.
They're weird. Do you have one still sitting there to spin? You put a prop on it and spin it so people can see it. Just spins.
Yeah, Mike, that's Armaton.
It just spins freely. I'm just getting ready for the heat to hit, man. It's back in the 80s. And that means
I did see your video going up the Red Mountain was the Mini 2SE.
Only I can do that. There's nobody that's skilled enough to take that non sensor and get as close to rocks as I got. Did you see some of the the rocks I got close to.
You were still 20 foot off the rock.
Oh, if the camera on that's really deceptive, but the rock on my right, when I was going up there, I was like looking in the tablet. I'm like, oh my God. Because the wind, I had a bunch of wind that was blowing me into that rock. So the quad was, I didn't look at the attitude indicator, but it was fighting that direction. And then the wind, it was like a wind tunnel and it was blowing it up through the middle. So interesting. But it handled it. Let me tell you something. A cheap quad will not do that. Will not sit and give you that GPS hold so you can keep a good and true course. So yeah, it's fun.
The cheap quad, you wouldn't attempt stuff like that.
It's not hard, man. I'm an expert.
Was a cheap quad, you wouldn't get within 50 feet of anything solid.
No, you know what? And then I looked at I went and put it all on air data when I was done. The connection never went below 99% the entire flight. That's pretty amazing. That's DJI. That's the difference between DJI and what people don't want to hear and toy. So anyway, yeah, it was fun. I just always love it. I love that flight, and I love watching the video when I'm done. I go through
Michael
the video.
Up there. Text Art Stone guy. Good evening,
Michael.
So I'm really not too prepped for the show because this thing here has been keeping my attention. New job, new software to deal with. That's the training manual. I'll be glad when I'm done with it and set that thing on fire.
I've been working on tile. I did a couple of tile repairs last couple weekends. The heat, the spring heating and thawing. I have an outdoor buffet out there that's in the sun and in the cold air all summer. And my in-laws, they have the same thing because I actually built that. So I've been basically tearing off tiles that were cracked or coming loose, and then I had to repair them all. So that's been me. Tile man.
So show of hands, who already got tickets for Spin Up? I do.
Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find something.
Well, if you plan on going, look at Airbnb. I urge you. Airbnb, VRBO, whatever service you want to use.
Spin Up 2023. I've actually got the website up if you want to look at it. So, right here.
You send that through the private chat, or?
I've got it up on the thing on the screen there.
There we go.
So there's the information right there. Tickets, location, agendas up there so far. So old pictures of all the cool people. Little name tags. Was this from, let's see, 2020? This doesn't say. That was a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple old ones.
Yeah, that's good
the
though.
ones on the top were more recent. There's
Dennis. But yeah, and then of course the videos, of course, if you want to look through the old ones. But the itineraries, it's getting there. It's starting to grow. So
And if when Kelly says this might be the last one, this might be the last one.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes effort for him to do it,
Yeah.
and it's hard to be that guy. Is that an actual pond there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good location because you can actually fly. There's a big terrace off the meeting room.
Uh huh.
No, year before last, we had shoot a dozen or so drones up, all looking back at the. And then it's Ken Heron was this V copter trying to play bowling ball.
Not caring at all whether it hits anything. Oh, that would be my
The
Hubson
hotel
drone.
prices are through the roof because the same weekend we have Formula One race in town. And Formula One race is going to sell out every hotel room in Austin and surrounding area. So if you still can get a room on the north side, roll with it. Now, as soon as he announced the date, I went on Airbnb and I found a little cabin about a mile from the venue, and I just booked that. But
Oops.
yeah, no, that's you're going to Cedar Park, Texas.
I was just gonna look up. Oh, you have to go. I'm not air. Hey, let you do this. I don't do the. I don't do the searching very good for stuff like that. There's another person with way more expertise. My wife is the travel agent of the family.
Cedar
Cedar Park.
Park, Texas.
Oh, you're just looking it up as it's.
Yeah.
Got to
Check
get some.
in on the 19th, check out on the 21st.
There we go. Cedar Park.
There's still some room in Leander, $37 a night. Cedar Park, $53 a night. I mean, there's still some. The venue is right here. So, well, let me do this. All right. So the venue is right in here. So there's rooms to be had in there.
October.
That has you 19th through 21st. So get there on Friday and check out on Sunday. Well,
That's not bad.
there will be a TFR for the racetrack. I guarantee you, because Formula One has their own helicopters to shoot the action. So there will be a TFR over the racetrack. Luckily,
Right.
the racetrack is on completely opposite side of town from where we are going to be.
Yeah, that would be tough.
So, And you don't want to drive anywhere close to that racetrack because traffic is a total and utter mess out that direction. And if you really want to spend some money, go to one of the nearby parking lots and try to find a pedicab to take you from the parking lot to the racetrack. You want to talk about spending some money. Ooh, Bubba.
Cool. They got tiny homes.
Oh,
That'd
yeah,
be interesting. That'd be interesting, staying in a tiny home.
That's what I'm doing.
They look cool.
That's what I'm doing.
$100 a night, freaking stay in a tiny home. Hell yeah. That looks cozy. It's better than just something different. You're going to stay. Anytime I go somewhere, anybody can stay in a hotel. Airbnbs tend to be interesting. Pretty cool. I like the construction of tiny homes. I like where people really show their skills. And I'm into construction. I love looking at people's work, and there's some neat stuff there. I'm very impressed. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Here's a nice little place for $789 a night. What the hell is that thing? It's a freaking house, but whose house is worth that? Nobody. Definitely not this house. These people are nuts. 6 bedrooms. Who cares?
Well,
this guy here for $159.
If you got enough people chipping in.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it could be a convention house where I can see that. Here's a guest house with a freaking waterfall. I'd rather go there and leave you guys hanging. Get that. Mi casa es tu casa. 4 bedrooms, $349. Oh, but then the rest of the cost. That's the other part about these Airbnbs. You get the price.
That's the cabin I'm going to be staying in.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Just, I could see Kai smashing his head in the roof there as he's walking in, but.
Well,
I want to take video of you going in the door.
I'll be all right.
Oh,
I'll be okay.
That's nice. I like that. Nice little comfy.
I mean, that's not much. But it's enough. I mean,
yep. It's gonna be like watching Elf. Your feet are gonna be hanging out the end of that bed.
Yep.
All right, actually, we're not going
there. Queen bed, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, we're not going there. Sorry, Kai. I don't mean to pick on the fact that you're way freaking tall. But yeah, a lot of interesting places for sure. But remember the totals. You get the cost and then all the other crap.
Yeah, definitely watched.
They should just upfront the real cost. That's the one thing I do not like.
Oh no, they do. They do.
Didn't Kelly say he had a room block or not?
He's working on a room block.
Yeah.
But
then you have to wait.
That is going to be a tough sell for a hotel to give a block of rooms.
Right.
For that particular weekend.
Right.
So, but no, definitely look at Airbnb, VRBO, whatever service your preference is, but you want to start looking now. Get the cancellation policy with that. I know I can cancel mine till a day off.
That's nice.
So
that's always nice if you can get a liberal cancellation. I mean, cleaning fee $20, Airbnb service fee $24.
Yep. But I mean, I made this reservation just to hold the place, you know. If
Right.
something happens, I can always cancel out of it.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. That's what I should do is buy
Hello
one.
got himself a deal, staying in a friend's camping trailer for the weekend. That's sitting in his driveway. That's not a bad deal. Yeah, even the Motel 6 close to the venue, it was sold out already.
Yeah.
Man, am I planning on attending Minefield? Minefield is loosely on the calendar.
Yeah, that's in August, right?
That's in August.
Yeah.
I think my plans to go to Europe this year have been scrapped at this point because the IRA rates that they charge right now for air tickets, $2,000 for an economy.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you say ouch?
Yeah, that's definitely an ouch.
So that weekend is loosely on the calendar. I let's say I did book a room with cancellation possibility again. Book it early. You can't get into a Sunday Inn anymore, but I got in on a Quality Inn down by the interstate, and it was still pretty reasonable. So,
What highway is that? Oh,
I
it's a
40 on the outside of Memphis.
40. Oh, for you guys are talking Minefield.
Yeah. What highway are you talking about? And
Oh,
Austin?
where it goes through. What highway is this main artery there? Is that
That's
like
183.
okay?
It's between 183 and 183 toll. Just north of Whitestone Boulevard or 1431, whatever you want to call it. And then you hop on 1431, you haul ass going west, going to Marble Falls, take a left, and then you go down to the Blue Bonnet Cafe. And trust me, if you like pie or you like breakfast, you want to go to the Blue Bonnet Cafe.
The Blue Bonnets.
Blue Bonnet Cafe in Marble Falls, Texas.
Isn't that a problem? Everybody wants to pull over and take pictures of flowers now.
Oh no, Blue Bonnets are gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, they're already done for the year.
That's early
Yeah,
spring.
that was Lady Bird Johnson pet project, well, wildflowers. So she had a bunch of wildflowers put out along the highways. I actually got to meet her at her residence.
Yeah, you talked about that. You were working in cable installer. That was
I
the
was satellite
satellites. Yeah,
installing
satellite.
two-way internet satellite. Got a call to go out to the Johnson Ranch. So I was thinking, well, probably a new credit card machine for the visitor center. And then the guy's like, are you going to be going yourself? I'm like, yep. Are you going to be driving? What are you going to be driving? I'm like, what the hell are you asking all these questions for? He's like, well, we need to let Secret Service know. I'm like, Secret Service? Yeah, it's going into the main house. I'm like, oh. He's like, you don't have any tickets, do you? Yeah, no. So yeah, it was a interesting weekend because I got to meet the entire Johnson clan. Both the
Must,
daughters, both the son-in-laws, the senator, and the business guy. Actually, this was being installed for the business guy. I got to meet Lady Bird herself and all the grandkids. So,
what year was that? Was that in the 2000s?
around 2000,
So early 2000s?
early 2000s.
Yeah, she lived a long time. She lived till she was 90 or something.
Yeah, we actually ended up doing the paperwork at Johnson's poker table, and he had to cram some out of a closet, and he opens up the door, and there's all the freaking Johnson's cowboy hats stacked up in there. I'm like, shoot, what I give to get just one of those, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. That historical stuff is really.
Oh, well, what's neat, I mean, you go through the house and you see all these wall decorations, and these are all things that were given to them while he was in office. You
Right.
know, from Girl Scout clubs or some other little, organization that made them a little pretty to hang on the wall, and they had that stuff hanging on the walls.
Yeah, he was president for 5 years. 63 to end of 63 to 68.
Yeah. Well, above his den or game room or whatever you want to call it, I had to run some wire through that attic up there. And I've never seen strands of telephone wire that big around. I mean, literally that big around.
Yeah, I probably had CIA
He was in
communication.
office. Everything was satellite and analog, and they run twisted pair of wires for everything.
Right. That's interesting. Just even like his attic is history, like I said, the way the house is connected and constructed, and it has probably a very intricate phone system, like you're saying, all twisted pair analog. And
yeah, I mean, all of that, all the equipment was removed long ago, but the wire up in the attic, nobody cares about.
Right.
Just the sheer amount of copper in that attic must have been worth a fortune.
Speaking of wire, we'll talk about my internet that wasn't installed. It required a wire this big. Okay. This amount of wire could take care of the whole U.S. government in 1968, but
yep.
they can't get it 30 feet from the freaking street to my house. Oh my Lord. It's fiber optic. So they got to rerun it. So it's like, well, if it was an emergency, we'd run it. I almost went into him on that. I'm like, dude, any freaking man that's getting a fiber optic system to his house for the first time, it's freaking emergency. I didn't say that.
If y'all don't mind, if you hit the thumbs up button down there and down there in that corner, please.
I didn't push it. I'm like, you know what? You guys are. I've had this company for too long already, and I don't even care anymore. I'm so used to their crappy service, and I'm dumb. And I should have changed it, but it's the same wire. All of the companies basically use the same infrastructure to run each of their different sets, their services through the same wire. So it doesn't matter what company comes to your doorway. They're all running through the same system. So it's all about whose deal is better at this point. Anyway, fun. No, it's still fun.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get fiber in here. I've got 300 megabyte per Mbps download and like crappy 20 upload. That's all you can get with the cable.
Yeah, I'm 1 gig up and down, but yeah. I mean, you're never gonna see 1 gig.
Yeah, I'm excited for 1 gig. So we can get up to
even with speed test. I mean, you got to find somebody that can take 1 gig.
Right. Like I said, you have to have the the service coming from wherever it's originating from, and wherever it's going to and from. If this screws up, I'm going to go get myself a Starlink. I'm going to stick it up my roof, and I'm just going to ignore the whole entire world. I'm just going to that's my last ditch effort. I'm just going to go buy a Starlink box, put it all up, do it all myself, and just I'll deal with Elon Musk. That'll be that.
Looks like my upload speed right now is higher than my download speed.
Jeez, quit bragging. He's bragging. But so
down I'm at 783, up I'm at 947.
Oh man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Bragging. So you got your you did a test on freaking Kai 2 with the ELRS receiver and everything?
Yeah. No,
nice.
It was on ELRS receivers working.
Hey Jim.
I just need some better weather here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. That'll be fun. It'll be fun to just have a different controller, just the whole difference of be interesting.
Hey Jim.
But
anybody else squeeze in here while we were not paying attention? I thought I saw Joe Blaylaw in here a minute ago. There he is. Didn't Joe buy a hat? Joe, if you bought a hat, you need to let me know.
So, got a question for you.
Whoever it was bought a hat, make sure you reach out to me with a picture, and I will send you one of these bad boys and some stickers. Deal of the day. Buy some merch, you get free stuff. Yep. Let's throw some stuff around. So, what are you digging for?
I was thinking,
should we go address the elephant in the sky?
Should we go to the elephant in the sky, or go to the most important question that is going to be possibly answered tonight? It's the question of the century.
Yeah, let's hear about the most important question known to mankind, which might or may not be solved tonight.
Now,
come on, let's see it.
All right. So if you're not privy to the most important question, here it is. The most right there, inches away from solving the mystery. Oh man, that's what she said, right?
We are on season 10 of The Curse of Oak Island.
10 years of our life.
10 years we've been stringing along.
10 years of iron nails, horseshoes, and speculation about piles of rocks.
10 years, we didn't find anything.
Is it the Knights Templar? Is it the Romans? Is it the Vikings? Is it the French noble Duchambeau? Or
Jim, do send me that picture. I'll hook you up with a coaster and stickers.
I watch too much of No Treasure.
LoneStarUAV@gmail.com.
What the heck are y'all talking about? Eat more possum. What it's a virgin. We got a virgin in our group.
I don't know that we can refer to him as the virgin, but he's not in on the
Curse of Oak Island. right
The
there.
Curse of Oak Island is a show where they're looking for an alleged treasure. Myth has it, or legend has it, 7 people need to die in order for the treasure to be found. 6 of them are already dead. Um, Actually, me and Dad already elected somebody to be number 7 just to get that out of the way. But
Oh, he's
for
worse
some
than ever
reason,
right
he's
now.
still there.
10th season, he doesn't give up at annoying you. But the Oak Island is a crossroads where just a ton of people have come and gone from. It's like a central meeting point of European explorers and all kinds of people that have ventured over, from Europe. So it's just loaded with just crap that people left off. So when you dock your ship, you an island is an island offshore. You can fortify it. Okay, so a lot of these explorers would dock their ship. They would like hold a small island, and then you could go and explore the mainland, and because you can defend that. So there's lots of, so they dump their crap off, and anyway, supposedly there's gold there. None seem to die on the show. I was born in a barn. It's okay. Believe me, if you get started in that show, we'll never see again. We'll never see on a Tuesday. You started episode. How many years? How long do you think it would take to go through 10 seasons of that show?
Especially since they have a general area that they're looking for. I mean, why don't you just dig one ginormous hole?
Yes, like Robert Dunfeld. Just get a giant crane, a bigger crane, dig down, clear the entire freaking area.
I mean, just like a diamond mine, where they have that huge crater terraced off, going down.
Yeah, just copper mine, just freaking big giant freaking,
Yeah, just dig a big freaking hole in that.
Texas style.
And if you don't find nothing, just pull the plug and freaking let the ocean take over and be done with it.
Oh yeah, it'd be so easy. I mean, a mining crew could
go. Bye Oak Island.
I'm gonna give away one secret right now, okay, to everybody that's not watching this. Okay, this is season 10. They basically hired a group of guys to make square sets. They've been putting these giant pipes down for like 8 years. Okay. Now they hired some hillbillies that are putting square sets in, and they're building an actual wooden mine all the way down.
Yeah, they're building another shaft down. The 10-foot diameter round shaft didn't hit anything, so now they're doing the 10-foot square shaft in hopes of,
Yeah, so they can climb down in it and be disappointed instead of just looking through a camera and being disappointed.
I just think it's more hilarious when they drill a hole, and then it fills up with water just about immediately due to booby traps. And not the fact that's an island surrounded by water. No, there's a booby trap. But to see what's at the bottom of the hole now, they got to stick a diver in there. So they literally take a commercial diver, set him on a crane or hang him off a crane, and lower his ass down a 200-foot shaft. And he can't see that far in front of his face.
All right. I think I found, let's see here. They have a satellite. Yeah. I'm looking for something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what Joe Blaylock told me to find. Check this out. Okay. This is the money pit after we get through with it right there. That's like the whole island right there. That's Butte, Montana. It's called the Berkeley Pit.
Yeah.
It is freaking. Oh my Lord, that is massive. Now that's a freaking hole there. They literally created a new lake.
No,
But
I mean
yeah,
that's common. I mean, in Germany, they have these sand pits that they no longer can mine out of. They let them fill up as water and use it for a local swimming hole.
here's all the spillage right here. They just dump it over here, dig it out here, dump it in here. They're just filling this up. Gosh. Oak Island is probably the size of this pit over here. This little tiny one over here. I mean, literally, they're just raping a hole, and we could find, just think of all the freaking treasure they found when they dug that. Actual treasure. Now, is this a copper mine? Oh, silver. No, what kind of mine is it? A silver mine? Let me look at the Wikipedia. I don't remember. Let's see. Let's see. That's copper mine. Anaconda Copper Mining Company. Yeah, because that's a giant. So, yeah, that's a copper mine. You can actually see the blue in it. You see the blue in the right there. That's I believe that's what copper mine. We have a big one here in Utah too. Big Kennecott's a massive copper mine too. So if I go to right down here, we can literally take out the whole mountain. that's Kennecott. That's a massive copper mine right there. They're literally removing the entire top of the mountain. There will be a hole from here to here. You'll be able to drive through here eventually.
Well, fill it up with water and rent it out to scuba divers.
Yeah, this one. Oh yeah, you want to scuba dive? You go out here this way. There's actually a dive place out here in the West Desert. Let's see if I can find it. Called Blue Lake. I think. See if I can find it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think it's off of I-80. I think it's out here somewhere. Now this is the salt thing, but yeah, right here, scuba dock, right here, Blue Lake. That's a spring. So yeah, so actually there's a scuba diving dock there. I've dove in there. So anyway, all right, we're gonna get to it. Let's get to a drone finally.
Yeah, let's address the elephant in the sky, the big
fat freaking elephant.
I gotta just pull up the right window now here. All right, let's go with this. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Evo Max.
The Evo Max series.
It's out for pre-order for a mere $9,000.
I guarantee that this Evo Max is amazing. I'm really actually impressed with some of the stuff that it can do. You stick a big enough camera on there. The one thing that I hope that Autel did was I hope they improved the flight characteristics of the drone. They fly clunky. They don't, there's a clunkiness to their flight. They're really good drones. I mean, I loved my Evo too. I mean, that's a beast. It is big. You're flying a freaking beast. It's heavy, but it flies heavy. When you fly a comparable drone, one that has been blacklisted and not a single soul can fly, there's a different flight experience. So hopefully they did that.
Let's back up here a second. This is not in competition to the Mavic 3 Pro, Classic, whatever.
No,
this is more along the lines of this thing here.
Yeah,
where'd it go? There it is.
Yeah,
the
next one over here.
Hold it.
There it is. You got it.
There we go.
the big bad
it's a Matrice 30
Matrice. Yeah.
series.
Yeah, it's a commercial drone. It's built that way.
Yeah.
Probably, what is it, 4 pounds? Something like that.
The Matrice is quite a bit heavier than it's more like 6 pounds for the Matrice and 4 pounds for the Autel.
That's a heavy drone, man. That's freaking
Yeah,
heavy.
4.5 pounds max takeoff weight on the Autel.
And they get it. I think it's got a 30-minute. I think it was a 30-minute flight
42
time.
minutes.
40 to 40 almost. That's good. 40 is a lot for a drone. You get in the 40 range. That's and it's got really good wind resistance. So it's got very powerful ability to, and that with that weight, it helps too. It's fun to fly a heavy drone. I think it's
Well, it's a beast. I mean, it's not meant for any of us.
Right. It's a hover and camera platform. So you get it to where you want it, and then you're adjusting camera.
It's got a regular lens, it's got a tele lens, and it's got a thermal
Yeah.
camera on it.
Now that thermo is not name brand. The FLIR name brand. The one that I'll show you in a minute is name brand and partners with FLIR.
Uncooled Vox micro bolometer. So yeah, there's no name brand behind it. It's a generic.
But it's got quite a controller that goes with it. That's very, like I said, quite impressive. I was very impressed with the touch screen and the ability to nest different camera views. I thought, if you haven't looked at Ken Dono's his unboxing, I guess you want to call it. And it's got all the sensors. Even with all the sensors, I never trusted it to, at least the earlier versions. So like I said, I've never flown that, but I've never trusted that to, I guess, to basically navigate. But the mini, I've flown the mini version as well, and I flew that through the canyon. So the mini gave me a lot of feedback.
There's the controller.
Yeah. It's feedback, and how the feedback comes to you. But autonomous flight and mission planning, it says it can terrain follow. That right there is the nested control. I think that's cool. Where you can move the maps around and change the camera, from the zoom to the FLIR, and you can show all three. I mean, that's great.
That looks suspiciously like work to me.
Yeah, that's when
for those that don't know, I recently changed into the electric utility design.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Not entirely accidentally. So, but yeah, it's
would you say 16 or no 9 grand?
Pardon?
And change. Then extra, yeah. It comes with, I think it comes with 2 batteries. It better come with 2.
No, it's 1 battery. It's a single battery.
Oh, that's right. It hot swaps the single battery.
Must have a very limited battery on board,
right,
to be able to do a hot swap like that.
All it has to do is keep the computer running, so it doesn't have to reboot.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
It's like an 8,000 milliamp battery in that thing.
It's adjustable aperture, 4.8 to 4.4, 2.8, 2.4 to 2.8. And looks like there's 2 different camera versions, but interesting. You know, most of us will never see anything like that. And if we do, it's basically all we're going to do is see it.
We're going to see it in true. Here we go. 8,000 milliamp, 8,070 milliamp hour battery for us.
Oh, it says 1. Oh, that's the battery is a pound.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
the whole
freaking
bird is about
4, right? I think it's
4.41 pounds or 2,000 grams.
Yeah, if that hits you freaking coming down, that'll kill you.
Yeah, but this is not meant to.
So
this
why
has
does
a different application?
So why isn't Autel blacklisted?
Because they have headquarters in Washington, the state of Washington.
That's an interesting whole dynamic because the Chinese are building those things, and
yeah, but then again, you know, your Chevy truck, the half the electronics for that come out of China.
Oh yeah, my truck is
Are we
not.
going to blacklist Chevy now too?
Yeah, we should blacklist everything.
Well, actually, Chevy is blacklisting themselves. They're actually discontinuing production for a while to keep inventory low, keep prices up.
I
heard that one yet, have you?
I believe it. I was looking at some.
And Chuck Kovac, our Kovacian connection.
One thing I'd like to look at in the future is totally off the subject again.
Joe Fodolio.
I looked at hydrogen combustion. That Toyota is building a hydrogen combustion engine, which is interesting.
Sunrise Water Media is in the house.
So hydrogen combustion.
Sunrise, I just want to know, did you ever have any luck exchanging your Mini, which was the far superior drone, with anyone that was an Air 2S or
I'll be right back.
M3 Pro, or have you had any luck with that? I do like the shirt that you wore for that video, though. All right. Well, since he's out, we'll just you just get me for a minute. So anyhow, yeah, that is about as far as I want to get into this Autel thing. The other thing that I'm seeing that's somewhat interesting is this thing. So we got the drone tag BS. Let me go turn this back on. There we go. Drone Tech is coming out with a low-cost solution. I don't know any details on this yet. Let me turn that back on so we can see a little better. All right. Yep, he's back. So
I had to go get the door.
Get the door. The Mavic 3 Pro finally arrived?
No, just the box.
Yeah. That's Mavic 3 Pro. Come on.
I told you I'd never freaking buy that damn thing.
Then who bought it for you?
Nobody
bought it
would buy
for you?
anything for me. Nobody loves me that much except myself. But there's a sucker born every minute, guys.
Yep. Come on. You want to do the unboxing now? You
All
know
right.
you want to.
I just want to see what the box looks like.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, it's right. I've had this box before. Oh my god.
But then it only said Mavic 3 on it. Now it says Mavic 3 Pro on it.
No, it says Mavic Pre. It says Mavic 3 Dumbass on it.
Professional dumbass.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh.
Yep.
I had this exact same thing a year and a half ago.
I knew it.
This time I actually bought an extra battery, so I went all out. So it would be fun. It'll be fun. I'm doing a lot of flying this summer. Not.
You better do a lot of flying this summer or your wife might catch up to you.
Well,
stay mobile.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the firmware updates turn into for that. And where it can go. I don't think it really can go anywhere. The other thing would be the GPS, because remember, there were a bunch of different versions of it that came out. And the first version was full of bugs. Like I said, you had to wait an hour for it to basically lock in satellites, all that stuff. And the built camera that this thing has. But my God, Dad. So what haven't we learned?
Well, we're not.
There's all kinds of stuff you guys haven't learned yet.
You want, Joe? You want to talk about? Let's get that back into this here real quick before. Drone Tag is coming out with a lower cost solution for remote ID. They call it the Drone Tag BS.
That's almost as bad as Oak Island right there.
And I'm looking at the connectors on this thing. I'm guessing you have to plug a GPS receiver into it on one side and probably have to give it power off your flight controller.
What's this, an ad for Drone Tag?
Add some antennas to it to complete the thing. They're going to have an introductory sale for $49 for that thing, and an official retail will be at $89, which
that's
at that
bad.
point, I don't know why don't you just go for the real thing. You know, I do have this little guy right here.
So so basically that little module there is what that other thing is, just naked. It's like a naked Drone Tag.
Yeah. So we'll see how this
naked Drone Tag BS. I just am flabbergasted.
We got Hot Rod Daytona in the house too.
Who creates a product and doesn't think a little bit about the name? Basic solution. So BS stands for basic solution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's other ways of saying BS with not saying BS unless that's what you want to have on your product. Enhanced solution, ES. How about that one? Maybe I should work for you guys and give your freaking product a name.
Well, if you want to go with basic solution,
Simple solution, SS.
BT, basic transmitter.
There you go.
Yeah.
NT, naked transmitter.
Well, there's
One Vision's going to make cases for it.
here's the point. These folks are just outside of Prague, so English is not their native language. And I've seen that in the translation world time and time again, where something that seemed completely normal for some people is the absolute joke for others. And I told you the V2 rocket thing, right?
Well, you get into English words translated as well. It's another thing. It's you get into that whole discussion. But yeah, at least somebody's providing with a solution. Somebody's like looking at it and actually putting some time into it. That's the other way to look at it.
So when I worked in the translation world, and we had a software company launching V2 of their software. And one of the geniuses at the software company decided to draw this little rocket, black and white checkered rocket, write V2 on it, and make this little cartoon where they shot off that rocket. Okay.
I'm getting it already.
That V2 rocket, okay, you come with that in Germany, V2 rocket gets a whole new meaning. And we're looking at this thing, which was the Volksrakete 2, which is the Nazi rocket. Werner von Braun was the one built that thing, the guy that later put the guy on the moon. But that's a completely side story. But yeah, if you show up with something like that in Germany, you're not going to make friends.
Right.
When I saw it, I told the project manager, I said, you need to call these people and tell them to pull this thing immediately. And the project manager go like, you freaking crazy. I'm not going to call them. I'm like, okay, meet me in Bernie, which Bernie was the president of the company. I said, meet me in Bernie's office about 5 minutes. I'll print out one of those things and go into Bernie's office. Bernie was German too, so he knew exactly what I was talking about. Well, we got in Bernie's office. I said, have you seen this crap? And he looked at the video. He said, yeah, no. This needs to go now, like yesterday.
So. That's like shaving your beard and leaving that much mustache and then putting that on the freaking advertisement.
Yeah. You would not make friends with that in Germany.
No, not even you're not intentionally doing that,
Yeah.
What? This is historic. I'm wearing a historic. Charlie Chaplin had this mustache.
Yeah.
Who's Charlie Chaplin?
So it's yeah. But I mean, this happens in a translating background. It happens quite often. Some airline was doing a new route, and somebody said instead of local people, he said something about the indigenous people, and that backfired bigger than shit too. So. And Lambo is here. Hey, John. And we've gone all stream without picking on Sunrise yet. Sunrise, we're giving you a break this today. We'll make up for it next week. But anyway, if you plan on attending Spin Up, get on Airbnb now. Get on Airbnb now. Or we'll all stay at Chris's house. So yeah. Chris, I just rented out your couch for you.
You got room? Got rooms, man.
We're going to rent Chris's couch out.
Sometimes, or you can just, $50, whatever.
Well, $50 gets you a whole freaking RV in a driveway hooked up. So, I mean, we got to be reasonable here, right?
I hear some boring British guys speaking at Spin Up.
Geeks Fauna, he's fun, but he's mostly concentrated on the European market and European restrictions, and that's
I'm just saying he's
not too relevant.
You might want to highlight his post.
Where's there he is.
Yeah. No, everybody, when you hear British voice, man, it's like a word of technology. You can't go wrong. Nobody wants to hear me because you're definitely not going to hear the word of wisdom.
Yeah. Well, Geeks Fauna is double challenged because since Brexit, their restrictions gone even worse than the European stuff. So I think they only get to fly like paper airplanes anymore over there.
Yeah, the sub. I watch a channel there. What's Geeks Fauna? He might Sean. He might be familiar with. It's called X Audit or whatever. He's kind of fun. He has a Mini 3 Pro.
And Uncle Bill in the house. Jeez.
I think is it X, you might know, X Audit. He just goes to businesses and harasses them and flies over their places and and tells them that they don't have privacy. It's kind of interesting, actually. He's fun.
They have no right to privacy.
He says our restrictions are better than Europe these days.
Speaking of stupid restrictions, not too long ago, I showed off my hometown's got these new webcams, and they installed one at the beach. And I got to rewind the time a little bit so we have daylight. So for privacy reasons, they had to blur out the bottom end of the screen so you can't see who's hanging out on the beach.
Oh, man.
Just
a bunch of boxes were hanging out.
Just pick that camera up some where it doesn't show the bottom end of the screen. Everything would have been fine. Why do you have to blur out a third of the picture, for crying out loud?
Yeah, it's silly. Audit channels using drones are the worst possible entertainment. They will end up bringing new restrictions. I kind of sense that. The whole idea of an audit is basically they're just going to private businesses and harassing the poor security guards because that's where it comes down to. Yeah.
Any other audit channels, I mean, you don't even need to have a drone involved. Just the guys that stand in front of a cop shop with a camera.
Right. It's harassment. I don't want to be harassed. So, to have him come up to me on his electric bike and have them, because like you're saying, they're the companies that have to deal with them are gonna, gang together and say, because in Great Britain, it might be quite easy to create some kind of, simple procedure to deal with that guy and say, yeah, if your intention is to be troublesome, we can send the police over. If you're, it's not about our protection. It's about you keeping us from doing the job we need to do. It's more of a, just, trying to do business as usual without you, being silly. So, in Britain, don't they call that a mob? I don't know what they call it. Audit. Just call it what it is. It's the harassment channel. I enjoy it though, because he has an interesting sense of humor. He's like, why don't you, he was like, there's like a broken front gate, and then they have another gate that's open, and then they have a guard area, and all these interesting people come out. Nobody really seems to know what the rules are. It's like, why are you paying these people? And the one person that came out in this one I was watching, he actually was a fan of the audit guy, and the audit guy gave him a keychain to keep him quiet. And he just sat there with his mouth shut. It was funny as hell. But wifey,
he's cleaning out his Second Amendment defenders.
Cleaning my Second Amendment defender. Oh boy, guys, the gun thing, man. Holy crap.
Well, you need to be careful with the wifey taking you out for anything, especially if she wants to take you out for a target.
I've probably been by that mall that in Allen there. I know of. It was through there. That where the shootings
There
happened.
are no tacos today. Taco Tuesday's been canceled. It's
546. Yeah, it's Diet Tuesday. I have to go down and have one of the prepared meals.
Now the poor bastard has to open up his Mavic 3 Pro instead.
I'll stare at it in the box for a while. I probably won't open it up. I'll stare at the shiny
box. It's giggly like a schoolgirl on first day of class, and
It's so simple. If women would understand what makes me happy, it's just be easy.
She offered to buy me a new Colt.
Oh.
Is it for you to use or for her to use on you? Okay. When women make these kind of presents, you need to be a bit more cautious.
If it was already, this would be great country here. If I had a gun channel. If I was a single guy, I could just go out in the desert, just to, about 20 minutes away from me, and just go shoot whatever out in the BLM.
Well,
we actually have
Well, we could come over to your house instead of having the clay shoot. We're having a drone shoot. Be a bit more realistic, because with the drone you can actually, snag a hook where the clay is, on a straight line trajectory. So if the duck, or bird that you're trying to simulate doesn't fly a straight line, he might make a unannounced. And if you turn the drone toward the shooter, it would be really cool to see as the shrapnel from the shotgun, the shot kind of spreads, and would make one hell of a shot. I think he's ignoring me. Y'all think?
Oh, who am I? I'm not ignoring you.
No, I have this super freaking video shoot for you all worked out. We're going to take your Mavic 3 Pro and turn it toward the shooter was a shotgun, and then you zigzag around with it as he's trying to
Hey,
shoot it down.
I could I have a place that I can go that's about 4 miles away. That if I flew a drone over any of those houses, the people that live in those houses, it would be like a shooting gallery. There would be shotguns. There was actually, it was on the news not too long ago. There were some kids playing over in that same neighborhood. A guy came out with his pistol, and I mean, they're just walking down the street, just a bunch of, normally stupid kids, and just walking in a group, and he runs out there and shoots at the ground by him, discharges a gun. That was a big deal. Of course, he went to jail.
Yeah.
It's just people are crazy sometimes. I mean, what would get in your brain to think that you could walk out the door, discharge a firearm? I don't care what town you're from, to shoo those kids away. Now, back when we were young, that would just be normal behavior. And we would just run away and go, gosh, we shouldn't go by that guy's house. The police wouldn't have gotten involved, as scared as we would be. He would just run out with a shotgun. Where are you guys all?
It wouldn't even need to be loaded.
No.
We swinging it. And
yeah. But if I flew a drone over that's where Karen lives, by the way. That's where I got the Karen attack at. And there's a couple of houses over there where, where the houses where there's like old washing machines and stuff in the freaking front yard. And then, a car that's on stilts and, that kind of place, and 4 dogs. And yeah, you don't fly over that guy's house. Just stay away from it. But in the neighborhoods that I am, there's an Airbnb that's all perfect and pristine right next to the guy, because property is worth $1 gazillion in that neighborhood. But yeah, he's one of those old timers that moved in, 70 years ago. Psycho out there. Yeah, you just got to be careful, man. But yeah,
I'm hearing my dinner bell ringing. So I know it's time to give it up. Joe, did you end up buying a hat or not? Was it you? I thought it was you. I was just want to know if you got it and if you were happy with it. So, anyhow, yeah, it's time to wrap it up. Time to let somebody else on the air.
Got a question for you.
Hit the old thummy upper button for me.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to ask that question. I already answered it from my head. From yes, if you have not, if you have not hit the thumb, I usually have a little cute dude for that. Where'd all my cute? I have my cute avatars, my little custom avatars, man. Where'd they all go, man?
Well, if you use them now, you're gonna crash.
Interesting. Maybe they were taken away from me. There we go. There's a frog.
All right, here we go, guys. No frog.
Game over. There we go. There, Joe's got his up there. Oh my gosh. The government's coming after me. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's time to go.
Yep.
You don't know, and I'm hungry. It's time to go.
I'm hungry, and I'm going to watch episode number 11 to find out whether we're an inch from
gold. Find out they found nothing.
They're an inch from the gold.
And that's what she said.
Oh boy. Yes. Oak Island, guys. It's back. Season 10.
Yeah. It's time. Well, again, thank you all for coming and hanging out with us for a bit. We'll do it again next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Yes, we will.
And
Appreciate you
until then,
popping in.
you got any more words of wisdom, Dad?
Don't make the same mistakes twice.
Says the one that bought the Mavic 3 for the second time now.
It's totally different, Kai. It's
Yeah.
way different than the Mavic 3.
It's way
original.
different. No, it's the exact same. I'll never get that drone.
Never.
2 weeks later. Oh, look what I got.
Says the guy that bought a car because it had a cool ashtray or drink holder.
I didn't buy a car for the drink holder.
I did. One of my first cars, I literally bought it because I liked it had 2 drink holders. That's how stupid we are as consumers. And the perfect thing for the Chinese DJI.
That was, I bought a car because it said something cool across the back side of it.
Yeah, what it'd say? Like it'd say,
Porsche.
Yeah, yeah, Boxster.
I couldn't afford the Boxster, but I got the one for the housewives and unemployed.
Oh, the
924. This was in the late 80s. So
with the 944, right?
924.
924. 944 was freaking flat back, right? Or the
924 and the 44 were about the same. The 44 just had the fenders flared out.
Right. Fun.
That little thing was a rocket.
Blown up Volkswagen.
Actually, Audi.
Blown up Audi.
And when you pop the hood on that thing, you look down on the oil changing cap, it had the Audi rings on it. It was a 2-liter Audi engine in that thing.
I think I've got one of those in my life someday. Not a Porsche, but I've got 2 kids with Mercedes, just cheap, just inexpensive models, They're built so nice.
That they are. All right. Y'all, take it easy. We'll see y'all next week. Until then.
Souped up Chevette. All right, we're out of here. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, Betty.